I'm Keith Bogard with eXp Realty here in Lethbridge, and today we're with Derek Porsche of Great Inspectations, and Derek's going to tell us a little bit more about his business. So Derek, can you tell us a little bit more about Great Inspectations?
Yeah, for sure. So we are Great Inspectations. I'm the owner and lead inspector. We service the Lethbridge area. We provide, our main focus is inspections for real estate transactions. So whether you are buying or selling a house, we can help you out with that.
That's great. Thanks, Derek. So Derek, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Fort McMurray, Alberta, and slowly been making my way down south. I lived in Edmonton, then Calgary, and recently made the beautiful city of Lethbridge my home.
Oh, that's great. I think you'll probably find it a little warmer than Fort McMurray.
Yeah, just a little bit windier.
Can't get much warmer than down here for sure. So Derek, what made you decide to open the business?
I think just working in like the industry, like in construction, building, renovating houses, and just a bunch of other jobs within the industry, just seeing different stuff and wanting to help educate people on best building practices and help people just ensure that they know what they're getting into, whether that's like buying a new house or renovating their house, making sure they're getting what they're paying for.
Yeah, no, I agree. As I know, being in the real estate industry, it's super important, I think, to have a good home inspector and to go through that process, so people know what they're getting into and some of the issues that might arise from that, and so they know what to expect. So no, it's great. So how did you get started in the business?
So basically, before the business, I was an apprentice carpenter, and I got my journeyman carpenter ticket here in Alberta, actually like Red Seal ticket, and I just kind of decided to transition into home inspection. So I was doing some research on how to get licensed, and I found a home inspection association called Internachi, and they're out worldwide, and they provide education and services for home inspectors, and they are certified by the government of Alberta. So I did the required education and got licensed in the province of Alberta.
No, that's great. And I think with the skills you have, that you probably have even more value add as a home inspector for those previous skills that would make, be extremely useful, and especially as a home inspector. What was it like when you first started out? Was there any challenges you faced?
Yeah, there still is lots of challenges, but it was really challenging getting started, because it's an industry where you're kind of by yourself, and there's not like a step-by-step guide to being a home inspector or owning a business. So definitely lots of challenges.
Yeah, that makes sense. There really is no how-to guide to get into, being self-employed. You kind of have to, there's some guidance, of course, but you really have to take the initiative to learn the things you need to do your job successfully, for sure. What drives you to do what you do as a home inspector?
I think just being able to like provide people with an education and peace of mind that about what they're purchasing or whatnot, and it's like just after I do an inspection and I'm taking the client through the house and showing them everything, and just kind of when they say, oh wow, like they kind of thought that they were buying this perfect house, but I've just provided them with this education that could have potentially saved them lots of money in the long run.
Yeah. So, and what motivates you every day to get out there and to be a home inspector?
I think like my family, just getting out there and that motivates me to do that, and I guess other people's families too, providing them with the peace of mind as well.
For sure, no, that's great. Um, what has surprised you most about owning a business?
The thing that surprised me most about owning a business is that there's a lot more to it than just being like the technician and going out and doing the inspections. There's lots of other hats that I have to hold, and even though I just would want to just do the inspections because that's my comfort zone, I have to get outside of that and network and meet people.
Yeah, for sure, that makes sense. What is something most people don't know about your business as a home inspector?
I think most people don't know that a home inspector is there to provide you with an education with the best of their abilities, and try to find significant defects that are going to adversely affect the value of the home, and definitely try and see as much as we can. There's a lot of limitations, like we're not pulling the whole house apart, we're not moving furniture, so like unfortunately like there is times where there could be hidden stuff that doesn't come up on a home inspection because say the homeowner's a hoarder or something, and we just can't get access to that area of the house. So that's when it's a really good time when you're going through with your realtor on possession day to do a really thorough walkthrough once the house is empty.
Yeah, that's really good advice for sure, because obviously if that's a situation where you can't get access, it's really difficult to see everything that might potentially be an issue. And I think in my experience I've seen with home inspections that they're very clear that access was not easily available, and what I would recommend in those cases is to definitely, like you mentioned, make sure to revisit that area and look, do more research into it to see if there's any potential issues down the road before you move in.
Exactly.
What customers say they love most about your business?
I would say that it's like the education and the peace of mind that's provided after the home inspection, and even with my background in carpentry, I'm able to when I'm walking through the home with people, if they have questions about even if it wasn't something that was on the home inspection, but they wanted to know, how do I fix this or do this? I'm able to provide them with a solution. And if I can't provide them with a solution, I can definitely help, send them in the right direction or connect them with somebody who can.
Yeah, that's great. What is your most memorable customer experience?
Yeah, my most memorable customer experience was probably this couple. They were first-time home buyers. They were like really excited about the house, but after doing the inspection, it was a nightmare, and definitely not something that a first-time home buyer would want to get into. So they decided to move on and go with another property, and we went through that inspection, and it was a nice solid house, and through that they referred me to their friend, and I did the inspection for their friend, and they still email me every year just
That's
with
great.
questions about their home.
Yeah, well, that's really good, and it can be difficult sometimes because the buyer's heart set on a particular property, and then the home inspection is done, and they find out there's things that really don't make that home as desirable, and it can be very disappointing. But at the end of the day, it allows them to find the right home that's going to make them happy and avoid any issues that are going to be make them very disappointed down the road, even though they
Exactly.
may not feel that way at the moment. So, why do you think it's important for people to support local business?
I think it's important for people to support local business, just because those people are your friends, your family, your neighbors, and they're out there, working hard and trying to, make a living. And, we've definitely seen, issues, during like the pandemic with like supply chains and stuff like that. And just really everybody was coming together and they decided to support the local small business instead of the big box stores, which I think is great.
No, I agree. I think it's really important after the last 2 years of getting through COVID and the struggles that local businesses have had, and now it's even more important. We're still going through some dramatic changes in our lifestyles with dealing with inflation and everything else, and I think even more than ever, it's super important to support your local community and to so everyone can get through this. And so that's really good advice. What are your goals over the next year?
My goals are over the next year. Since I just recently moved here, is to break into the Lethbridge market and get out there and network and meet people and build my business here and hopefully make Lethbridge a permanent home.
No, that's really great. And I think I reviewed your website and I saw your reviews, and they are fantastic. And I think people will be really happy here in Lethbridge once they get to know you. And so I think that's really great. So what have been your greatest challenges as a business owner, would you say, since you started Great Inspectations?
My biggest challenges as a business owner is just getting out of my comfort zone and putting myself out there and meeting people. I would rather, just not do that, but that's my biggest challenge. So it's something that I'm working on and I'll have to work on for a while.
Yeah, it is challenging when you own your own business with networking and stuff. You realize you do know how important it is, but it's taking that first step is challenging. But once I think you get out there, it becomes easier. But I do understand that fully. What is something people don't know about you?
I guess one thing that people don't know about me is, even though I'm from Alberta, I definitely like to go down, whether it's like down to Hawaii or California, and I really like to do surfing.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Even though I'm not that good at it, I only get out maybe once a year, but it's something that I, want to get into more.
So have you ever been to Tofino?
No, I've never been to Tofino. Just California and Hawaii a couple times.
Well, those are probably better choices. It's a lot warmer. I have tried it once in Florida. And I managed to stay on the board and make it pretty much all the way back, which shocked me without falling off. So, I wouldn't mind trying that again myself. So I think that's really cool. So what do you enjoy doing in your spare time, Derek?
On my spare time, I like to spend time with my wife, and we like to go hiking in the mountains or just exploring like our new home, Lethbridge, just checking out all the local places to eat, and there's definitely a lot of those that we have enjoyed, and we're excited to go and check out more of them.
Yeah, I agree. It's quite surprising for the size of the city how many restaurants there are here, and I've read that it's one of that Lethbridge has, I think per capita has like the most restaurants for its size, which is really great if you like to eat different food and try different foods. And in terms of the outdoors, well, it's hard to beat. It doesn't even feel like you're in a city. There's trails pretty much at anybody's doorstep. And of course we have the amazing Waterton Lakes less than 2 hours away, which is another beautiful spot. So yeah, I agree with you on that for sure. Derek, who would you say from your childhood had the most impact on you?
I think from my childhood, I'll say my dad.
Okay.
He kind of got me like into like carpentry and fixing stuff. Like he wasn't a carpenter by trade. He was a mechanic, but you know we would do like home renovations and
Okay.
had like a rental property, go and do stuff there. And I think that's kind of where we built sheds and garage and stuff around the house. And I think that's kind of what got me into pursuing a career as a carpenter and eventually into home inspections. And we still do renovation projects together. They're a little bit larger scale these days, but it was great.
No, I think that's really great, and it's allowed you to develop really good skills that are extremely useful, I'm sure, as a home inspector. What's one memory from your childhood that stands out for you, Derek?
I think the memory that stands out for me most about my childhood is just like having we lived in Fort McMurray, so it's way north.
Yeah, that's a little ways north for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, just growing up there is, it's not as bad as people think it is. Like there's definitely lots to do. I really got into snowboarding because they have an amazing ski hill up there, and that was like
it's
what
nice.
I would do
I didn't know
every
that.
day.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
probably
A lot of people sometimes have an opinion about a place, but until you really dig into it and research it, most time you'll be pleasantly surprised at what a place has to offer. So that's really great. So what does the future hold for you, would you say, with Great Inspectations? Do you have any plans in the next few years with it?
I think I would definitely like to expand out and get into some more new construction inspections and project oversight inspections, and just be more of like a home consultant where I can provide solutions to people's problems, and not just be a home inspector where I just point out the problems, but I want to really help people find the solutions.
No, I think that's a really great idea, and I think it's truly a value add to the business. Identifying problems is super important, but if you have solutions to the problems, it's even better for sure. If a young person was asking you for advice on how to live their life, what would you tell them?
Advice is always easier to give
Yes.
than to do it, but I would just say to find something that you're passionate about, and don't be afraid to find a mentor that can help you, because trying to do something alone without knowledge about it's going to take you a long time. But when you can learn from somebody who's 20, 30 years older than you, who already has the experience, then I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, and it's interesting because you don't realize when you're younger that you should just try different things, because you have found, and I found myself too, you never know how those skills they can be related but not directly related, how they can come together and kind of lead you into another career path, like it has for you. And it's very similar for me. I've had the same thing happen to me, and I wouldn't have thought that at 20 years old, but you just got to get out there, try different things, and then you'll find it'll work out, and you'll find what's really the right fit for you. Is there anything exciting that customers should know about Great Inspectations?
So right now we have a promotion going on. So if you book online through our website using the code, it's all capitals, YQL10, you can get 10% off of your home inspection. That's for any service that we provide, whether it's like a small condo inspection or a larger house inspection. And I guess for the realtors in the area, we are a member of the Lethbridge Real Estate Board. So we do have lockbox access. If you're not able to get to the property to open it up, we can just take care of the whole thing for you.
That's really great. So Derek, what is the best way for customers to reach out to you?
The best way to reach out to me is to either call or text me at 587-284-0894, or you can message me on Instagram or any form of social media there, or email. I'm pretty open. So.
And what's the best way for them to find you on Instagram or Facebook?
It's at Great Inspectations on Instagram or Facebook, or just Google search us and you can find us there as well.
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks, Derek, for taking the time today to discuss your business. And for anyone out there who's looking for a great home inspector, check out Great Inspectations. And like Derek mentioned, and don't forget about the promotion as well. Thank you.